What's up, everybody? This is Eric the Unit Norris from SLC Punkcast. Welcome to this week's episode of Live and Wired and Tales from the Pit. And yes, I'm still broadcasting to you remotely. You're not seeing my face, at least not for the time being. And it's not like I had any plastic surgery or anything like that, or I have any facial deformities. In fact, I just got a haircut and I look pretty damn good. So I'm sorry you don't get to stare at my pretty mug. So yeah, you're just gonna hear my sexy voice. I know there's quite a few things that a haircut can do for a man. Really gives you an ego boost. Really gives you some self-confidence. Well, anyway, yeah, but it doesn't make me any more clueless. Not exactly clueless, just kind of unprepared. I don't have this much of a cheeky title for Tales from the Pit this week, but then again, the show that I went to last week was really not much to write home about. I mean, I know it's kind of a dick thing to say, but you know, it's just I just went to see my friend Jay play in his bar band over at this place called Good Spirits in Taylorsville. It's just a little it's a sports bar. It's a sports bar, well, with a bit of an edge to it. No, you can tell that like a lot of rockers and bikers hang out there, and it was fine. It was fine. It was an okay bar, and I went there. There weren't pretty much nobody I knew was there. I knew nobody there, so it was kind of a fish out of water experience. I mean, I'm used to going to places and everybody recognizes me because that's just because I frequent the same haunts that they do. But I don't know, once you spend enough time in this city being a socialite as I am, as much of a socialite as I am, then yeah, you do kind of, I do find myself running into people I know in the strangest of places. But that's not the point. The point is the only person that I knew at this show, besides my girlfriend Kate, who accompanied me, is Jay, the drummer of the band that I went to see. I mean, there were two bands that played, but we got there pretty late. We went there, so we missed the opening band, the first band, Aerides, and we arrived in time right as Jay's band Aerides was opening. And Aerides, they are a band with their original songs. They did play some of their originals, but at a bar, and if you're playing for like 2 hours, yeah, you're going to be expected to play cover songs. So not even exactly the hits. They did play quite a few well-known bands. They played Kiss, they played Metallica, they played Black Sabbath. In fact, they did a bit of a Black Sabbath medley where they played some of their favorite parts from NIB and War Pigs and one other song. I can't remember which one. It was 3 songs. Yeah, it was 3 songs. I just can't remember the third one right now. But NIB and War Pigs definitely were there. I'm surprised they didn't work Iron Man into the set. But they did play a standalone Sabbath song, one of my favorites from Master of Reality, After Forever. So that was pretty cool. And they played my favorite Kiss song, which was Strutter. And when they did, when they were saying that they were going to do a Metallica cover song, I was thinking, oh yeah, they're just going to play For Whom the Bell Tolls, or, one of the simpler Metallica songs, as long as it wasn't From Saint Anger, because those songs are just horrible and not even that simple. But no, they actually played the sort of infamous song from Ride the Lightning, Escape. And the only reason why it's infamous is because James Hetfield has gone on record saying that is his least favorite song from that album. They only wrote it because of the insistence of the label that they couldn't release an album with just 7 tracks on it. They needed an 8th. They wrote that up in like a couple of days, and they say it's like the album's weakest point because the album was done. As far as they were concerned, it was complete. Those 7 songs. But is this, that's just a little Metallica history lesson for you. If you're a Metallica fan, they refused to play that song live until they did the 40th anniversary of Ride the Lightning, where they played the whole album front to back. So they kind of had to at that point. But anyway, I'm getting off track talking about Metallica here. Yeah, Aerides, they played a really decent set. They played some good songs. And some classics, the songs that will get the people moving. Oh yeah, but the main thing was I was sure that they were playing well, but from where I was sitting, I was in the back of the bar. I was in the back of the bar, and the sound was just fucking horrible. It was bad. The guitars and the bass were not carrying at all. The vocals kind of, but I was mostly able to hear the drums. It was bad. The system, I guess up front you could hear everything just fine, but at least that's what some of the people were saying. But in the back, it was just not carrying. There's some technical aspects to it on you either had to turn up the gain or turn down the gain, or just turn down the gain, up the volume, or just turn up the volume on those channels and bring down the gain so that it can at least carry and it doesn't clip. It's a bunch of technical jargon that even I don't understand too much of. Anyway, it's just, that was what it was. What I could hear, I was just sitting there, eating my wings, enjoying my beer, and just enjoying myself. It was just cool to see one of my band members, because Jay, he plays drums in my band, Anonymous. And it is cool to see them play in some of their other projects. And Jay is a fantastic drummer. He really is I can start playing something on my bass or on the guitar when we're at practice, and he'll just jump right in. It's I know that song. And seeing his band Aerides, I go, yeah, it makes sense. You're a bar band. You're practically a cover band. So you you're just a live jukebox for people. That's how it is. That's the thing with bar bands. You're just a live jukebox. So yeah, that's just being truthful. But yeah, like I said, they did throw in some originals in there, and the originals sounded cool. Sounded like some pretty classic heavy metal, and it just sounded pretty cool. They are kind of a classic metal band. Look at their logo. That looks like a logo from some album in the early 80s, like a band trying to imitate the likes of Dio or Manowar. It looks very power metal. So yeah, that was basically the show. Was there a pit? There actually was. There was a pit. I noticed the 4 or 5 guys that were up at the front right next to the stage. I saw them dancing around, having a good time. So yeah, the music was getting to people. It was releasing, speaking to that lower brain, releasing that Neanderthalic energy or Neolithic energy, you could say. I don't know, but it was definitely reaching people in the way that heavy music should. So yeah, it wasn't a bust. I'm glad I went. I was there to support my friend, and yeah, it was cool seeing him perform. It was just cool seeing him perform outside of just rehearsal, or the off chance that I get to see him, I look behind me on stage and see him drumming, jamming my songs. So yeah, good on you, Jay. You performed pretty well. Your other guys, I'm sure they performed well. I would give a more fair criticism if only I could hear them. So yeah. Oh, Children of the Grave. That was the other part of the Sabbath medley. It was Children of the Grave, War Pigs, and NIB. So, yeah. I love After Forever, but I would have loved to have heard them play Children. I love that song so much. One of my favorite Sabbath songs. Definitely in my top 3. I think it's right up there side by side with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Yeah, but I better stop myself before I go on a Sabbath tangent. I've already spoken to them to death last year after Ozzy died, and Sabbath played their actual final show. So I refer you to that one. It was last July, and I talked to death about Ozzy as well. So I'm sure you can still Yeah, you can still access those episodes. They're up on my link tree, so you can find them. So yeah, that's my Tale from the Pit, sort of untitled. I guess I could call it your your live jukebox. Bar bands are just a live jukebox, but whatever. We'll say that that's, I guess we'll say that that's the title. Anyway, as for the shows that are coming up, I mean, I'm going to be going to one tonight, or at least I'm still going to try to make one tonight. It's the return of Cherem. I really, really, really love Cherem. I think that they are a fucking amazing hardcore band. A real credit to the old school Grudge City, the voice of vegan straight edge back in the 90s, or not even the 90s, of the 2000s, where Clear left off. So it's going to be awesome. They haven't played a show in almost, I want to say 10 years. Just about. The last time I ever saw them live, I remember, was at the Beehive, and that was a long time ago. It was, sometime in the last decade, sometime in the 2010s. So it's nice that they're coming back, and not just coming back playing a one-off show. They do have some new music, which I pointed out on the Punkcast when they released the song "Which Side Are You On?" Or no, "What Side Are You On?" They're not lifting from that. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the singer. It's an old folk singer who was a radical workers, a voice for all the workers of America. Oh, but I can't remember. It was "Which Side Are You On? Which Side Are You On?" Pete Seeger. That was the guy's name. Pete Seeger. Yeah. Though it would be cool if Cherem did a cover of that, "Which Side Are You On?" That would be pretty interesting. It would be pretty interesting. Can't say it will be good, but, they covered not the Cure, they covered the Smiths. They did the Meat is Murder song. And if you've heard Cherem, it's really chuggy, sort of beat down hardcore with these super guttural vocals coming from Billy French, singing Meat is Murder, the Smiths trying to... It's really weird. It is a strange cover. I've heard stranger covers before, but that one is just one that takes the cake for me. So yeah, maybe I'll have a tale from that pit. If I go. I'm still debating on going or not. It's just a weird thing. Do I really want to go to a show? I'm at that point, folks, and I'm also kind of strapped for cash at this point, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. But as for other shows that are coming up, one I am also definitely going to go to, I really need to go to this one, is on the 15th, Ex-Hoarder, Lewicidal, Phobia, Slow Hole, and Exclusionist at Ace's High Saloon. That is a $25 show, starts at 7 p.m. If the main reason I really want to go there is Phobia. I like Ex-Hoarder, I haven't heard Lewicidal, but Phobia is a grindcore band that I really fucking enjoy, and I have never seen them live. I didn't even know that they were still touring, so I'm excited for that. I really want to go see Phobia. And so yeah, I'm excited for that one. On the 18th, we have a show. We have Horns This Way, which is presented by Satan himself, also featuring the musical stylings of Thundersack and Willow. That's going to be at the International downtown. It's a free show. Free, and it starts at 9 p.m. Moving on from there, we have, on the 18th. The 18th is going to be kind of busy. We got 3 shows. Oh, wait, I am on the 18th. Sorry. I am on the 18th. We got 2 more shows on that one. The other one is Zipper and the Idiots, SAD, and Mindlock. That is going to be at the Balls House. If you don't know where that is, just ask a punk, message the bands. If you know someone who's putting on the show, just ask them for the address. You ought to know. That is they're asking for $10. If you don't have $10, just pay what you can. And that starts at 7 p.m. And finally, on the 18th, this is an important show, at least to me, Savage Master, Acid Hologram, and Anonymous. Oh, what's that? My band? Of course it's important to me. Yeah, that is going to be an awesome show. Originally, Al Ghul was going to be playing that show, but they had to drop off because their drummer is arrested. He has been arrested on charges of domestic abuse. So that sucks. It sucks for the band. I really like Al Ghul. I hope they can bounce back soon. But drummers are kind of hard to come by. I don't know the guy who was arrested. I never met him, but I don't know. Arrested for domestic abuse charges. I mean, it's kind of sucks. That's kind of shitty. Even if it's fake, even if it's a false accusation, it's pretty shitty for the other person. But whatever. There's nothing good about domestic abuse. It all sucks. It all sucks for everybody involved. But anyway, they dropped off the bill, and my friend Max, who sings and plays guitar in Acid Hologram, he hit me up asking if we would be able to take their place. And I said, oh, fuck, yes, I want to. Let me ask the rest of the guys. And the rest of the guys were like, yes, and fucking hell yes. So, yeah, we're going to be playing that show at Kilby Court. That is a $21 show, and it starts at 6 p.m. And Savage Master is awesome. They got a whole setup, like it's a whole spectacle. So, yeah, definitely not to ruin anything, but they do have a fucking awesome setup. So, yeah, come on down, check it out. It's the middle of the week. You got to have something to give your Wednesday some excitement. And if you need excitement for your Thursday, well, here's this one. Luxic 7 and Do Not Resuscitate will be playing at Pearl on Main. That is a $10 show, and it starts at 7 p.m. And then Friday is also pretty busy. That is February 20th. First off, we have Ska Punk and Junk, which features The Odd Advantage, Atypical Heroes, and Never Don'ts. It is a house show at the Garf Art Funkel House. I have never heard of that house, but I already love it just based on his name, Garf Art Funkel. And it's a show where it's you show up, pay what you can, pay $1, pay $3, pay $400, just whatever you want to put in the jar. It's a local show, so it's not like an underground local house show. Don't expect to pay too much to get in. But anyway, that's going to be starting at 6:30 p.m. Elsewhere, sort of, I assume down the street, is Sabotage, Sectide, Ipsiety, Luxic, and Puck. Puck. So simple. Puck. Like the name of the guy from, Jesus, his name's Puck. It's from Gargoyles. Yeah, Puck was like the jester in the courtroom. Yeah, from the Disney show Gargoyles. He was an odd duck. Puck. Kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, he gave some valuable information. Whatever. You don't need to know. If you haven't seen the show, don't worry. It's an awesome show. You should watch it. But if you haven't seen it, you don't understand that reference. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's a band called Puck playing with those 4 other bands at One Love Coffee, and that's gonna be starting at 7 p.m. $10 to enter. And the show that I will be at is not a punk show. It will be a country show. It'll be a country show, and why would I be going to a country show? Well, because my girlfriend is playing it. Yep, Kate LaDuce is going to be playing this show that she put on with Haley Dahmer, and yeah, also included will be the Rubes and Sarah DeGraw, who is just a straight acoustic artist, just to sort of break up the flow a little bit. Just to get people... Yeah, just to ease people in, as it were. Anyway, and I love what she did with the flyer. It's actually based off of a different flyer that she did for based off a flyer she did for a different show, and then she just decided to add these little faces on there. So it's gonna get more and more outrageous as it goes along. So yeah, they're like cereal flyers. So it's pretty funny, a pretty funny idea. Well, that's going to be at Aces High. It's a $10 show, starts at 9 p.m. And then the 21st, that's also going to be a busy, busy day. It's a Saturday. So yeah, the 21st. First we have Higher Law, Recomposed, and Slow Mo Speed Walk. So walking. It's going to be at Ice House. That is a staggering $5 show that starts at 9 p.m. Boy, will you be able to make it work? Well, let's hope so. That is, if you're, unless you're going to some of these other shows like Risk and Sacred Path, Run It Back, and Carrier at the Fellowship Hall. That is a $12 show, and it starts at 8 p.m. Now, where I will most definitely be at, and hopefully Josh, if he can make this work, is going to be at a Wilhelm Scream, Death by Stereo, and Doomsday. I love a Wilhelm Scream. I think they are an absolutely wonderful band, super technical, one of the most technical punk rock bands I have ever heard in my life. And I've seen them 3 times now, and of course it's not enough. I need to see them a 4th, at least. But Death by Stereo, I also really love Death by Stereo. I have never, ever seen them. And I need to bring Josh with me to that show because he loves them. He saw them back on the Warped Tour in the early aughts, had a good old time, and he likes to think that they probably remember him. I say, well, let's come to the show. Let's see if they do remember you. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And it'll definitely be great for him. He's been having a rough go at it lately, just for his in his personal life. Nothing that you need to concern yourself with. He is doing okay. It's just stuff that's happening. But that's his business, not mine to disclose. Anyway, I really want him to come to this show. Anyway, that's going to be at Urban Lounge. It's a $23 show. Or if you go to Gray Whale, they are offering tickets they'll offer you a select amount of tickets for if you buy something that is $20 or more in their store. So you can buy 3 tickets for at least for $20, give or take. Well, you'll probably end up spending a little more, but hey, that is a great deal. That is a great deal if they still have them. So you better get your ass in on that. Anyway, yeah, but if you're buying online or buying at the door, $23, 7 p.m. And finally, on the 22nd, that's Sunday, to sort of round out the week, the mighty Bad Omens and Beartooth and President. The President is coming. Oh, well, he better be strapped. He better know what's coming at him, because these hardcore kids, metalcore kids, they show no mercy. Let's crowd kill the President. Now the band is President, and they will be, they're part of this monumental tour, and it's going to be at the Delta Center. Yeah, I never thought I would see Beartooth and Bad Omens playing in an arena, the basketball arena. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And what are the ticket prices? Well, if you go on SeatGeek, they start, you get the bleeder seats for $74. If you want to get down in the pit, it's $474. So kind of expensive to be a rabid fan of Beartooth these days, it seems, or Bad Omens. But hey, you get to see the President. If you can make it to that one, that's the prices you're looking at, and starts at 7 p.m. So anyway, yeah, February is shaping up to be a bit of a loaded month for shows. It's pretty cool. I mean, to pack this many shows into the shortest month of the year, pretty amazing. I commend people for that. I commend all you bookers, all you promoters, all you people who own venues for just keeping the blood flowing. There is a lot. I mean, you heard how many bands I have listed on these shows. Have I repeated any? I may have repeated 1 or 2, but even then, that's just showing the resilience of some of these bands to be able to play more than one show in a week or even 2 weeks. The older you get, if you're still a musician, it's a lot harder and to sort of keep up that pace. You're not exactly young as fuck anymore. You're not a teenager anymore. You kind of have to pick and choose. You'll understand when you're older, or some of you, I'm pretty sure the majority of you who are tuning in, listening to this, know what I am talking about. Anyway, guys, that's all the shows that I have for that are coming up in the next week. And yeah, like I said, it's shaping up to be a pretty busy month for live shows. And yeah, next week I will return with some more Tales from the Pit. And you guys, I hope you have a great week. That is a great upcoming week. Hopefully you're able to make it out to some of the live shows that I just listed. And if you do, maybe you'll come back with your own Tale from the Pit. Hopefully you return unscathed. If you don't, you'll have an even better tale from the pit. So yeah, keep that in mind when you go out. But again, make sure you return. Make sure you don't get carried out in a stretcher or leave the show in a hearse. So Once again, I am Eric the Unit Norris of SLC Punkcast. This has been Live and Wired and Tales from the Pit. I will see you guys next week. I'll see you in the pit, motherfuckers. Dustin, take it away.
Thank you, Eric. And now we go around the world. Got a few shows here for you. A couple left over from last week, still coming. The Slads and Sikkim. They'll be playing in Charlotte, North Carolina at Rhino Market. It's an all-ages show. You can also see Paint Fumes and Freak Out. So go to that one on February 21st. All ages, $10, 8 p.m. Love the Slads. Love Sikkim. Definitely want to check out the other bands. On February 14th, today, Valentine's Day, Original Sun with Scarborough out of New York City, Moonraker and Piss Mist. That is at the Escondido in L.A. It's free entry. Address is on the flyer, 9 p.m. Go enjoy a New York band coming to you, L.A. Then our pals in Tension Scale have a show coming up. You have a couple shows. One looks like in May, the other April, but Saturday the 28th, just 2 weeks away at the Lafayette Club in Amesbury, Massachusetts. Go see them, a Burbs-themed hardcore band. And I haven't seen it yet, but there's a Burbs TV show based on, well, loosely maybe, because the trailer does not seem like it's the same story, similar story, but not the same story, so I don't know. Next up, we've got the We Are Punks Fest actually happening this weekend. It's like halfway through right now. You can see on that flyer so many killer bands. This is in Florida, in West Palm Beach, Florida, so go check it out. A lot of really good bands. Eventbrite are the tickets. You can go see, I don't know which ones. I don't have the orders, so some have already performed last night on Friday, but some still coming. But a lot of really cool bands on there. Poor Impulse Control, the Oedicus, Broken Cuffs, Dogface Bastards, Noogie the War Lovers, Broken Heroes, Strike First, Nauseous, CTE, Rotten Stitches, Moose Knuckle, Destructive, Out for Blood, Reefer Madness, Spiky Tops, Blank 77, Clip 45, Noise, Wrecked, Sloppy Seconds, Slaughter and the Dogs, Menace, Who Killed Spiky Jacket, The Erections, and so many others. Knuckleheads, love those guys. Make sure you go check that out if you're in that area. Hopefully you already have your tickets. Then, where are we going next? Let's go to February 21st, an all-ages show in San Antonio, the Pinche Punks Festival 2026. You can go see the Hellflowers, the Rumors, Guilty Strangers, the Oxys, Dead Weight, Rotting Corpse, the Despicables, Sucky Panthers, Sex Mex, Sad Plants, Plantex, I don't know, one of those, Terroristic Threat, Bat Allison, and Hour of Pearl, or maybe Hour of Pearl, is that the venue? Nope, Club 727 in San Antonio, that's the venue. It's $25 in advance, so do that. It's next weekend. It is an all-ages show. If you wait, well, it's going to be $35. Show starts at 4 because it has to with all those bands. So go check it out. I'm going to wrap it up with our pal Jenny Wu. She's coming at you, California, next week on the 20th. She'll be in San Diego at Tower Bar. On the 21st, Glendale, California, Brew Yard. Pasadena on the 22nd, Backyard Party. In L.A. on the 26th at the Redwood, and finishing up, that looks like a different time frame there, March 8th in Indio, California at the Dune Room. So go check out Jenny. Go see who she's playing with. I'm sure she's playing with some killer skinhead bands. Love Jenny. She's awesome, super nice, and love her music. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Tales from the Pit and Live and Wired. We will catch you next time.